NFL player Eric Green. He's in a bit of trouble right now because there's a transgendered individual in New York that is accusing him of forcibly sodomizing her.
Yeah, that is trouble. Now, of course, one of the questions is, do we believe it? The first headline I saw on it was that the transgender person was accusing him of sodomizing her. And I thought, well, isn't that basically the options you have at hand? But then forcibly sodomizing, of course, that's totally different and unacceptable. Now, it's one of these he said, she said, or he said, she said versus he said. That's not cool. It's hard to tell. You know, she says, we went up to his room and he did things to me that I didn't volunteer for. Mm-hmm. And of course, my guess is he's denying it, right? Now, there is one clue, right? Mm-hmm. And the clue was, she said that after they were done, that he was like in a panic, and he's like, don't tell anyone that we were together, this didn't happen, etc. Okay, that sounds true, okay? Right. But that doesn't necessarily mean that her story is true. That could mean, very well mean, they had sex, and then he was like, oh my God, what have I done? Okay, I'm a football player and I had sex with a transgendered person, right? Now, nothing wrong with that in our eyes, but, you know, there's some people in the world that might think differently.
Now, she's not only suing Eric Green, and by the way, her name is Angelina Mavilia.
Interesting.
Mavilia. I've never heard that last name. But anyway, she's also suing police officers because of the fact that she felt that they humiliated her and they also sexually assaulted her.
You know, because they kept asking her to take off her underwear.
Right. They asked her to take off her bra and her underwear.
Right. Because they want to see, and then they put her in a cell with guys because they say, oh, we know you're not genetically a woman. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know, cops, why are you harassing her? It's silly, right? The flip side is, she's suing for $10 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so easy to pick on these, you know, football players and celebrities, etc. Mm-hmm. So obviously we don't know the facts nearly well enough. It hasn't gone to trial, etc., etc. But let's put it this way: she's got to prove her case. Okay, until she proves her case, I'm not going to believe it. Okay, because so many people looking for these guys' money. $10 million. Was it really? I mean, we don't know. We'll have to find out. But right now, in my eyes, Eric Green didn't do any of this.
Right.
Okay. If she proves it in court, then I'll go to her side.
And details are really sketchy when it comes to what she got arrested for in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm wondering why she got arrested. Why was she thrown in jail?
Yeah, it just says that she was trespassing in a Manhattan housing complex, but that doesn't connect to Eric Green in any way in the New York Daily News story. It's a bit of a strange story. But you know what? We don't know that she's lying at all, right? But for a second here, let's assume that, okay, for the purpose of this conversation. Mm-hmm. If you're Eric Green, I mean, you just got hosed, maybe quite literally. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know what I'm saying? If he did it, he got hosed, right? Mm-hmm. What I mean by if he did it is if he slept with her, but it wasn't forcible, right? And then she comes out and, man, makes it public, asks for $10 million. Oh, disaster, right? If he didn't do it at all and he doesn't know her, oh, my God, he's got to be thinking, what the hell happened to me? I mean, of all the people in the world, this transgender lady comes up and asks me for $10 million. So if she didn't do it, I feel, if he didn't do it at all, there was no forcible sodomy, then I feel terrible for Eric Green.
Right. If I were Eric Green, what I would do is not talk to the media about this at all. Mm-hmm. Okay? Go to
Impossible.
No,
Impossible.
But he can't, because everything that he says is going to be twisted and misconstrued, and people are going to put words in his mouth. He's just going to make it worse. With every type of controversy, every type of so-called scandal, just step away, don't talk about it. You can't. You can't.
I understand, but imagine somebody comes up to you, right, and says, okay, I mean, we take criticism all the time, right? And I'm used to it, so that doesn't bother me at all. But somebody accuses you of forcible sodomy, and the person is transgender, you got to come out and be like, dude, that's a little absurd.
Yeah, say that.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't give like an exclusive interview to anyone about it. Like,
okay, all right. Yeah, that's fair. Simple statement, the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
And move on, yeah, exactly.
Right, something along those lines.